WMCT Channel 30 Sports brings you the traditional Thanksgiving Day game here from Kelleher Field. This year, Marlboro, the host team, hosting the Hawks from Hudson. My name is Mary Kelleher. I'll be doing commentary today, and with me to do the play-by-play, Bill Coggins. Bill, this is the big one.
Oh, this is the one we've been waiting for since last Thanksgiving. This is the game for all the marbles, the bragging rights between the two cities. It's been a tremendous rivalry through the years, and I don't expect anything less than a great game today.
Well, this is the 75th Turkey Day team as we see Marlboro take the field. Marlboro leads in the series, the 84th contest overall. Marlboro leading in the series, 46 wins, 31 losses, and 5 ties, and 40 wins, 29 losses, and 4 ties for the Turkey Day contest. And last year, as we remember, in a miserable day, the game not even played on Thanksgiving, Hudson came up with a big 32-7 win over the Panthers.
Since Vink Ripkus has been coach of this Hudson High Hawk team, the gap has narrowed considerably. He's 1 win away from the 500 mark, Mary, in his 30-some-odd years as a coach. And that's a tremendous, credit to Vic Rimkus and the coaching staff at Hudson High School.
Well, this is a day when you throw the records out the window. And before we begin the game today, let's take a look at the lineups from both teams.
Rob Lambert, senior, fullback.
Peter Cavasio, senior, halfback.
Brian Christoph, guard, senior.
Joe Freitas, senior, end. Chief Femino, senior, halfback.
Paul Bay, senior, tackle. Mike Furbush, senior, end.
Brad Askins, senior, halfback.
Mark Buchan, junior, quarterback.
Chris King, junior, tackle. Neil Dorico, junior, outside linebacker.
Paul Sweetie, junior, end.
Dan Keller, junior, halfback.
Matt Simmons, junior, halfback.
Mike Italian, junior, fullback.
Mark Sari, junior, end.
Mike Wing, junior, end.
Adam Wills, junior, linebacker. Phil Maham, junior, guard.
Greg Lee, junior, tackle. Greg Garnier, junior, end. Mike Duffy, junior, halfback.
Frank Jones, sophomore, halfback. Pete Long, sophomore, safety.
Mike Landis, sophomore, cornerback.
Jeff Gogan, sophomore, tackle. Ken Fries, sophomore, guard.
Chris Duggan, sophomore, halfback. Bill Casey, sophomore.
Bob Bissett, junior, sophomore, linebacker.
Jason Bolton, sophomore, outside linebacker.
Mike Howard, sophomore, outside linebacker.
Peter Fair, sophomore, center.
Sean Sullivan, sophomore, end. Ron Hathaway, sophomore, quarterback. Greg Belmore, sophomore, tackle. Jeff Lambert, freshman, quarterback. Aaron Thompson, freshman, tackle. Dennis Benoni, freshman, halfback. Jack Elliott, freshman, guard.
Kevin Kelly, freshman, end. Brian Leonard, freshman, end.
Mike
Mike Bagden, freshman and tackle.
Rich Rigney, freshman, running back.
Mike Jeremy, freshman, halfback.
Dylan Lynch, freshman, end.
Bill Snow, freshman, fullback.
Bill Bishop, guard, senior.
Matt Morris, left out, senior. Tom Moore, halfback, senior. How you think? Got a flair, tackle, senior.
Neville, you want him?
Expedilli, linebacker, senior.
Randy Wolf, and senior.
Eric Gedeke, tackle, senior.
El Temple, center.
Devil Conda, tackle, senior. Halfback, senior. Dominique!
Mike Russo, halfback, linebacker, senior.
I love Kim. I love myself. Tackle, senior. Go again. Come on, Greg, go.
Greg Pizzatoro, tackle, senior.
Al Green, quarterback, senior. Aldine. Sideways. Steve Burney, guard, senior. Headless horseman, go ahead.
Ray Borges, defensive end, senior.
Let's go, quarterback. White England. Hi, Mom. Pussy. Back. Let's give him a loud butt, Dave. Yes, we get the. I have a phone down.
Tackle, defensive halfback, Chris McMahon, quarterback, linebacker, senior. Quarterback.
Let's get a Hudson season blow-up.
Junior.
Everyone jump in front of the camera. Ready? Come on,
Drive, fullback, sophomore.
it's going. Hudson Eye Ritual.
On behalf of the entire Marlboro High football team, we'd like to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving.
But they had many obstacles to overcome this year, including a big loss to Phil Balkas, who suffered a serious concussion in the Lincoln-Sudbury game this year. And that really hurt them both physically and mentally. A lot of their players were really good friends with this Phil Balkas, and it was just a shame to see them lose such a great caliber player.
Well, that will no doubt hurt the Hawks. And Jamie Biggs also hobbled by a sprained ankle a few weeks ago. He'll see, according to Coach Vic Rimkus, some limited action.
Jamie Biggs, a big player for Hudson. He's got some good size. He's a brother of another Biggs that played there a couple years ago, who walked away with the MVP award. So if you know, if it's in the genes, then that's a big loss for them. And this is just a good-sized crowd here today, Mary. It looks like there's going to be between 5,000 and 6,000, and that's excellent considering the there's no Middle League title at stake here, and there's no Super Bowl. But this is what it's all about here in Marlboro and Hudson.
Well, Bill, this is an event. It's the event of the season, as many people come back from years and years of Marlboro residents, Hudson residents come back and renew old acquaintances. And it's a football game, but it's also a social event for both towns, as it gives people a chance to catch up on old times. And now you can see the captains are at midfield, ready for the coin toss. Marlboro, of course, in their orange pants, black shirts, and Hudson white with their red numbers.
And there's the toss.
The field today, Bill, we had some very, very heavy rain.
Torrential downpours last night, flooding
yesterday,
everywhere in the
last
city.
night. And the ground crew out here early this morning, putting some absorbent substances on the field. They're trying to dry this up, and it's in great shape considering the rain we had. Of course, there will be some slick spots out there, as that can't be helped. Considering the heavy rain, there's also been a snow cover, of course, on the field, and it's they've done a really great job trying to get this field in shape.
Tremendous job by the ground crew here. The middles of the fields looks like they might be a little bit difficult to contend with, because that's the battle of the trenches.
Well,
and
we've just seen that Marlboro has won the toss, and they will receive Hudson to kick off. And we're just about set to get underway.
It's going to be interesting to see what Marlboro can do with the football right off the bat here against a fine Hudson team.
Oh, no doubt about it. And Hudson really has had some tough luck. You know, they play a game against Algonquin. They play such a super game against a really strong Algonquin team, and they come up winners in that one, 19-0. And Milford right now fighting for a Super Bowl berth, and Hudson losing 21-13 to them.
And Shrewsbury another one, 13-12. Hudson lost in a controversial call. They're 3 wins away from a possible
Made
Super
it
Bowl.
again, 14-8. You know, Hudson really with some very tough luck this season. And Marlboro really struggling to get the big W up on the board.
They just haven't been able to get to Duke.
Well, you know, their
so close.
defense has been really strong, I feel, this season. You know, they haven't been blown out of any games, but the offense has really got to try to get on track today and put some points on the board against this very explosive Hudson team.
We see Mark Buchan going to be starting a quarterback for Marlboro. A fine talent, only a junior. He will be back next year. Marlboro, like you say, need this game really for as a confidence type of a thing, because they have a lot of big guys coming back on the lines. They got some really big guys to contend with. They got, you know, Adam Moores is coming back, Nasuti.
Well, as you can hear from the PA announcer Bruce Kurth, let's listen to our national anthem.
We're just about ready for football here at Killer Field. The big game, Thanksgiving Day, Hudson and Marlboro. A beautiful day for football, and a nice job from the band.
A great job from that Marlboro High band, and as you can see, as we can see, I'm not sure if you can see the lines of people still waiting to get in to buy tickets. They estimate perhaps today a crowd of 6,000.
Looks like an excellent gate today. They're going to do really well at the gate. Kicking off for Hudson, number 4, Pat Sullivan. 5'3", 140-pound sophomore. And back to receive for Marlboro. Number 3, Peter Femino, Mr. Everything for this Marlboro High School team. And number 33, Mark Sari. Waiting for the official signal. Here's the whistle, and here's the kick. It's a short one. Going to be taken by Mark Sari, back around his own 15-yard line. Gets across the 30, and a nice return from Mark Sari. Marlboro had the ball first down and 10 from the 32-yard line.
Well, one thing, just to speak about the weather conditions a little bit as we're set to begin. It is a little chilly today, although it's a beautiful day for the end of November. And the ball could get a little slick out there. And we'll see what that does to both teams.
That's going to definitely have an effect on the passing game, maybe. The running game, the guys can't hold on to the football. But Mark Buchan's the quarterback. There's a give right up the middle of Robbie Lambert. Stays on his feet, gets across the 35, out around the 37.
Good second effort there by Lambert. He picked
nice
up 2 or 3
5-yard
extra
carry
yards.
there. Nice 5-yard carry from Robbie Lambert. Considering the torrential downpour that we had last night, the field is really in excellent shape.
Oh,
you have to give the city of Marlboro credit today. Second down and 5 for Marlboro at the 37-yard line. The give, Robbie Lambert again. He's up, struggling forward for a couple yards. It's going to be up 3rd down for Marlboro.
And he got those yards on his own as he really twisting and turning there through the Hudson defensive line to pick up a couple yards on that play.
Looks like they're going to go to Robbie Lambert early in this one with the, you know, a little bit slick conditions on the field. And Robbie is a big guy. That's going to be a 3rd down and 3. Robbie has the footing. Someone like Peter Femino, who relies on speed, might not be as fleet out there. Oh, there's a give to Femino. He's up across the 40, close to a 1st down, but he's going to be short, I believe. It's going to be just short. And it's going to force a punting situation for Marlboro. Ball just over the 40. Had to get to the 42 for a 1st down. Peter Long, number 20, going to do the punting for Marlboro. He's a 6'2", 160-pound sophomore. And this kid's going to be heard from in the future, Mary. All-around ball player.
Oh, he's a great athlete, no doubt about it.
4th and about
Punting
1.
against the wind.
Yeah, the wind is definitely in Marlboro's face here to open the game. Oh, it is a big rush, but he gets it off. And there's that wind carrying the ball back. And they would have been better off maybe going for that one. That was a tough, that's a tough call. You kind of have to put the ball out of there in that situation, but the result on the punt wasn't what they expected, I don't think.
Well, again, he was punting into the wind, and also a good rush from the Hudson defense.
Oh,
so.
Very good rush. I think anybody would have frightened a little bit when they seen those guys coming at him at full tilt. 1st down for Hudson. Number 11, Chris McMahon, the quarterback. Number 27, Jean Kill. And number 24, Mike Russo. I was going to call him Mark Russo, former high player. Picked up about 4 in the play.
You can see both teams sticking to the straight-ahead running game right now, Bill, as we open up. Not trying to do any sweeps or anything like that at this point. Just trying to
just to get their feet wet, see what's happening out there on the field. McMahon's back to pass. He fires it out. It's got Russo. Russo's got the 1st down and more. Pushed out around the 30-yard line. A nice pass from McMahon and a nice run by Mike Russo.
Well, that was a nifty little screen pass, and just as I said, both teams trying to go right up the middle. We see McMahon rolling out and flipping the ball off to Mike Russo.
Many teams this year haven't had really that much success running against Marlboro. The teams that have thrown the ball and have had a pretty decent air attack are the teams that cause Marlboro a problem. And I'm sure Vic Rimkus, watching Marlboro 2 or 3 times this year, knows that, you know, and he's going to try to exploit that. McMahon to give the Russo. Mike Russo, last year's MVP.
Offensive line doing a nice job out there for Hudson.
Really is a beautiful day for football.
Oh, it's great. Compared to that miserable Sunday we spent last year over at the Morgan Bowl.
I know, I was there.
Mud and the snow and the cold, it was terrible.
McMahon rolls out, he's back to pass. Now he tucks it away. Up across the 30, he gets away from a defender. Finally wrestled out of bounds. Number 63, Adam Morris, finally put the hit on him, push him out of bounds.
Well, McMahon's certainly a force to be reckoned with out there, as we can see. He not only can throw the ball, but he's very quick. A good scrambler.
I believe Marlboro might have called themselves a timeout here.
Well, I think they're just taking a timeout, trying to settle down and see what they can do to stop this Hudson attack. Perhaps the coaches have noticed something, an error perhaps in the Marlboro defense. McMahon over to talk with Vic Rimkus. He's on his way back now. Hudson now with the ball on Marlboro's 20-yard line. So quite
a
an
very
opening
well executed drive for Hudson right now at the very first drive here in the game. Taking a ball, throwing 40 through the air, through the ground. Few rollouts. They're at the 20-yard line presently, looking to put that first score on the board. In a Hudson and Marlboro game, it's very hard to predict whether you're going to see a blowout, a high-scoring game, or a defensive battle. Through the years, they've had their real high-scoring football games, and they've had their 6-0, 7-6 games. And could be crucial for Marlboro to stop Hudson here. Mike Russo.
Oh, there's a fine play by Robbie Lambert.
Robbie Lambert, tremendous job. Looked like Russo had some running room, too. Lambert came out of nowhere to make the tackle. Short pickup for Russo, if any. Going to mark it at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Well, perhaps
bring up 2nd and 10.
Timeout effective there as Marlboro came out and stopped Hudson. Just about no gain in the play. We'll see what they do now on 2nd down.
McMahon with John Keel and Mike Russo behind him. And he's backed up pass. He fires it out. He's got a man wide open, just overthrown. Number 82 for Hudson out there on the play, Chris Sullivan. A fine sophomore, 170-pound sophomore. I've heard a lot about this Chris Sullivan this year, Mary. He's had some really big games for Hudson. He's only a sophomore.
Well, he did a fine job that time getting open, and the pass just overthrown. McMahon with a lot of time to throw.
3rd down and 10. Big play here for Marlboro. Big play for Hudson. Big play for all those involved. Here's a fake. He pitches it back to Russo. He's got some running room by Robbie Lambert. Read it beautifully and stuffs him after a short gain. What a tremendous job from Robbie Lambert, Mary.
Super job, Robbie, with 2 great defensive plays on this series. Brings up a 4th down.
4th and 6, and Hudson's going to go for it. Marlboro can buckle down and make a play here, and it's going to be a huge emotional lift for them.
No doubt about that one. Hudson with a super drive thus far, and Marlboro can shut them down now. It'll really give a boost to their confidence.
4th down. McMahon's back to pass. And he's under a heavy rush. Gets away from number 58 and fires it out. He's got a man.
Well, that was a great pass by McMahon, right on the money.
Tommy Moore, 5'8", 150-pound senior.
Mark, sorry, right there defensively, but it was just a beautifully, beautifully thrown pass.
McMahon found it. He got away from number 58 from Marlboro, who is unfortunately not on. Oh, yes, Nilderico, number 58. Came flying through the defensive line, put some heavy pressure on Chris McMahon, and McMahon stepped away, fired to Tommy Moore for the 1st down.
And we've got a flag on the play.
No flag. It looks like it might have just sailed out of the official's pocket.
Well,
that's going to give Hudson a 1st down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. Number 11, Chris McMahon.
So it's 1st and goal from the 10. 9.5, actually.
Fans down the far end of the end of the field are trying to urge the Panthers on here.
Adam Moore is right there.
Once again, the defense not really playing too badly. Stuffing the inside running game of Hudson. Number 82 split wide to the right, Chris Sullivan. And there's the fake to Russo. McMahon's gonna put it away. Wise decision that time. Marlboro was sitting on that play. Number 4, Joe Freitas, was just waiting for McMahon to pitch that ball and step in front.
And there's Moores and Lambert. Again,
a couple of names you've heard throughout the series here for Hudson.
Marlboro with a great job of really stringing out the run. And
we up 3rd and long once again. 3rd and goal from the 9?
It's about the
8-yard line.
8-yard line.
McMahon gives to Jan Kill. He's down close to the goal line in the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, a nice run by Keel, picking his way there through that Marlboro defense. put Hudson on the board. 4:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Hudson on top, 6-0.
Hudson exploiting the, trying to run left that whole series. Runs right on the inside reverse to John Keel for the 6 points. Number 4, Pat Sullivan in to add the extra point for Hudson. That took a lot of time off the clock too. There's 4:50 to go in the first quarter. And the kick is up and
Almost blocked,
good.
but it's good, and that'll make the score 7-0. This will be a big offensive series here for the Panthers, Bill, as they really would like to get on track and push the ball the other way.
Good field position would be a key here. Hopefully one of their returners can get a couple of blocks and give Marv a good field position. Number 4, Pat Sullivan's going to be a fine player. Only a sophomore.
Well, thus far, with all this on 4:50 remaining here in the first quarter, you have to be impressed by this Hudson team.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely
Lots of
impressed.
weapons on this Hudson team.
Definitely impressed. There's no... Marlboro can't key on just one player for Hudson. Like you said, they have too many weapons.
Well, Marlboro coach Vin Joseph said he'll pull out all the stops for this one, and as he stated, nothing to lose on this and everything to gain.
I honestly don't expect Marlboro to fold the tent this early in the ball game. They're only down 7-0. They're going to give it their best shot before they're done here today.
Oh, they sure are.
Peter Femino, Mr. Everything back there for Marlboro, number 3. And looks like Sari's going to get it after it skips off the ground. Oh, and there's absolutely no blocking in front of Mark Sari. And there's a flag down, though. There could be a face masking
Face
here.
mask. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Bill. Well, that'll give them a little bit better field position as they can get some yards off this penalty.
That's big. That's big for Marlboro, if that's what it is. There's a face mask against Hudson on the return. Mark Sari had nobody, no blocking at all there. I wonder what he was thinking when he had the ball running up the sidelines.
Oh,
ready
no,
to run.
probably.
Oh, boy.
Hoping probably the Hudson defense might lose their footing and fall down.
But now add the 15 yards, and that's a big return for Marlboro. It's not really, it doesn't count as return yardage for Mark Sari, but it's an extra 15 yards tacked on. Where Marlboro will take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's a give to Peter Femino.
And again, Marlboro running right up the middle.
I think Mark Buchan's got to throw the ball here, Mary, to loosen things up.
Well, you can see how McMahon's throwing for Hudson loosened things up as he very effectively rolled out, used screen pass, and then found one of his receivers.
That keeps
on
the
a
defense
fine
off
completion.
balance, and it loosens up the inside game for the run. Here's a give to Femino. Got some running room. And he's got the first down across the 45 at the 46-yard line. That's the first down for Marlboro, and a big one. People still waiting to get in the football game. There's to give to Robbie Lammett. Gets across midfield, and it could have been a late hit there, but wasn't called. Number 57, Rue Borges. There's a name for you.
That's why you're doing the play-by-play. You're so good with names.
2nd down and about 5 for Marlboro. Across the midfield at the 49-yard line of Hudson.
So we're in Hudson territory for the first time for the Marlboro Panthers.
They give the Femino right up the middle. Gain of 2 or 3 in the play. It's coming up 3rd down and short for Marlboro. If you can consider 3 yards short. Seems like an acre out there when you're going from a 3rd down situation.
Well, Mike Wing brings the play in to the ball game now for Marlboro. He'll replace Mark Sari.
talked before the game. A lot of it surrounded Mark Sari. They figured the coaching staff played on him having a really big game. Peter Femino gets tripped up in a nice open field tackle. Little swing pass there. Peter Femino trying to spring him. That was a big play. I think it was number 68. Was that wrong? It might have been wrong.
I think it was
67, Scott LaFleur.
I think it was 88 over there.
It was a beautiful open field tackle. Pete Femino would have picked up the first down.
No doubt about it. That was a nice play, a good call at that situation.
Very good call.
And Femino, very quick and a beautiful, beautiful tackle.
Just grabbed the ankle for all he was worth and pulled Femino down. Get along to do the punting. And they got good blocking this time.
That's a great punt by Long.
That is a good punt. Hudson will take over, 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Key for Marlboro here would be to stop Hudson, get that confidence back, restore the confidence in the defense.
Well, even though it is early in the game, Bill, you know, you really need these confidence builders right at the beginning.
Hudson came down and scored right off the bat. The first possession, drove 60 yards in a well-executed drive. It's time for the defense in Marlboro to get that confidence back. And there's a big play at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
That was Tom Moore on the carry for the Hawks. Paula Fay on the tackle.
Paula Fay.
No gain on that play.
Number 70, 6'3", 210-pound senior who will be missed by Marlboro next year. I'm sure he's a player that would really love to finish his career off with a victory over the Hudson Hawks. Christopher McMahon, the quarterback. 2nd and 10 for Hudson. There's the inside reverse to Jean Kill. Gets up close to the 35, mark at the 33.
Big play here for Marlboro. Big defensive play.
Third down and 4. Third and 4 for the Hudson Hawks. At their own 33-yard line. There's the pitch. Big play by Mark Sari, but it looks like he might have picked up the first down here.
No, I don't know. I think we might see a measurement here. Depends on the spot, of course, of the ball.
Oh, the nifty tackle by Mark Sari. In any event, they're going to have a measurement here, Mary.
And I believe that was the end of the first quarter. Hudson on top, 7-0. We'll be right back for the second quarter. Okay, we're set to go here. Second quarter. That was a quick first quarter.
Yeah, it certainly was. And that drive by Hudson took a lot of time off the clock. Hudson did pick up the first down, and they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Mike Russo to carry.
The Marlboro defense right there. Getting off the bottom of the pile again.
Robbie Lambert.
Bob Lambert. He had some help that time from Chris King.
Early in this, well, not early, it's the second quarter, but Robbie Lambert has the dirtiest uniform on the field. He wants to win his football game. As do all the seniors for both teams. Here's Jean Kill. Somehow stayed on his feet and picked up 2 yards on the play.
That was a tough one because all of a sudden one of his legs was going one way, one was going the other way,
Yeah.
and he did very well.
Nice
there.
job to pick up some yardage. Looked like he was going to be stopped for a loss in the play. In any event, it's going to bring up a third down and about 6 for Hudson. And a big play here for Marlboro. Force Hudson to punt the ball. McMahon back to pass, fires it out. Nice grab by Mike Russo.
What a catch by Russo. One-handed grab.
I heard a rumor about Mike Russo yesterday, Mary. I don't know that the source may not be too good. I'm not going to say who it is, but I heard he has a small scholarship to Penn State offer. That's what I heard. You hear rumors of that every year, though.
Well, that would be
tremendous
if
for
it
him,
sure
for
would
sure. John Keel, once again, looked like he was going to get up, and Adam Moore's number 63 made sure he didn't get up on that play.
That's for sure. And Rob Lambert got a hold of Keel's ankle there, and he was going nowhere. That's a loss in the play of about 4 yards. So a super play again. Robbie Lambert really doing a great job defensively for this Marlboro team.
Robbie tripped up John Keel for a loss. Keel looked like he was going to get up and somehow pick up a couple yards, and Adam Moore just made sure that wasn't to happen.
He was going nowhere.
He wasn't going nowhere with Adam Moore's on top of him. Second down and 14. McMahon's back to pass. Fires it out. It's got a man. What a floater that was.
And some members of the Marlboro fans below us here looking for a clip on the play or block from behind. None was called, however. I didn't get the numbers of either players involved in that.
It's unfortunate. They're stuffing Hudson at the line of scrimmage, and then they're giving up the big play. Hudson has come through with numerous big plays thus far in a football game. Through the air. There's Mike Russo.
It's tough to stop this Hudson team when you got somebody like Chris McMahon who can roll out, and he kind of freezes the linebackers. Is he going to throw the ball? Is he going to run? Is he going to use the option one of the halfbacks? You know, there's so many weapons on this Hudson offense. And that really, that's really tough to defend against.
Second down and about a long 6 for Hudson. The 30-yard line of Marlboro. Another well-executed drive from the Hudson Hawks. Here's a give. Number 28 for Hudson, Jamie Biggs.
And Adam Moore is right there.
Mark Saria there to lay the hit on him, too. And now this is a really big play for Marlboro. Third down, 14 to go for the first down.
From this field position, however, I think Hudson will call this a 2 more downs. They'll use their 4th down when they're on Marlboro's 35-yard line.
But they're gonna probably put the ball up here. And if Marlboro was to stop him here, 3rd and 13, 4th and 14 is very hard to get in any football game. So this is the big play right here. Man fires it out. Beautiful play, number 7.
Mike Landers on that play defensively. And a beautifully thrown ball to number 26.
Jamie Biggs, number 28, ready to haul that one in. Vic might have been pulling a little something there, Mary, when he said Jamie Biggs wasn't going to play today.
Well, you know, he's kind of a sneaky kind of guy sometimes.
But I'll tell you, that Mike Landers made a heck of a play. The 5'9", 155-pound sophomore.
That could have been another 6 had Michael not been right there.
That's right, because he had to step up and make that play. 4th down, and Keel's back in punting formation, but we don't know. Jan Keel has been noted to put the ball away and take off. Not this time. Punts it out. Femino fields it. Down around his 5-yard line.
That was almost a safety as he's dropped on about the 2-yard line.
In a huge mistake there, Peter Femino picking up that football. the ball looked like it was going to roll into the end zone. They would have had 1st and 10 from the 20. But now they have first down from the 2-yard line. Call it the 3.
Well, that's not a whole big gain there, Bill.
No. Fumble. We have a safety here.
So perhaps with Hudson punting from the Marlboro 35 that time, hoping for a break like this, and then they pick up 2 points on the safety.
It was a bad handoff, and I can't really say it was a bad handoff, but it was just a total mix-up on Marlboro's part. They have to punt the ball from their own 20-yard line.
Well, Marlboro kicker with the win this time, as Pete Long will do the kicking for Marlboro.
That's why that was such a big mistake, picking up that football. Anything around the goal line in a big game between 2 very emotional and up football teams. Hudson's out there to throw the body on them down around their own goal line. Little mix-up and a safety for Hudson.
Well, you know, I think it's tough too to try and field the ball down there. Maybe looking up to get the ball. You know, do you know what yard line you're on? I think that's one thing that you really have to be aware of. And that good bounce for Marlboro.
Jamie Biggs.
Well, his ankle doesn't look too sore, Bill.
Up around a 50-yard line.
Hudson with excellent field position to start this drive.
First down from their own 49. Hudson with the lead, 9-0, and a football. It seems to me, Mary, that Marlboro's defense has been on the field the whole first half.
I bet it seems that way to them too, Bill.
Takes
They
its
really
toll.
have done a
And
good
there's a
job.
pitch. McMahon did an excellent job to get that football off. And it was a nice pitch from...
Again, Rob Lambert over there, Pete Femino also.
We got to make a note that the Marlboro Panthers are without a couple of members of their coaching staff today. They were in Ireland with the Shamrocks, George Richardson and Paul Duplessis, and that adds a little bit more to the, a little more of a burden for the coach and Mark Sullivan down on the field, the assistant coach. McMahon wants to fire it up again.
And that's complete. Over to make the play defensively was Pete Long. A good defensive play. A great job of the Hudson receiver to hang on to that one.
If something doesn't change dramatically here for Marlboro, they could be in for a long afternoon.
You know, I don't think you can fault this Marlboro defense. They've really, done a great job. Hudson, a very explosive offensive attack. But as you mentioned, Bill, it seems like they've been out there pretty much the entire game. Marlboro
Takes
only
its toll.
3 possessions so far, and one resulting in a safety.
Definitely takes its toll on the defense. You look at the bright side. Marlboro's offense is going to be well rested. Mike Russo inside the 30. Pete Femino grabbed onto Russo's jersey. Big carry of 7 yards for Russo. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. The 28-yard line. .441 to go in the first half here. Thanksgiving Day battle between Hudson and Marlboro. Hudson, if you're just tuning in, leading the game 9-0. And there's a flag down, and I think this might go against Hudson. It looked like one of their receivers or an end might have taken off a little too early.
I think you can tell by the reaction of some of the Marlboro players that is the case. Bill, nice call on that.
Hey, good. That's my first one all year. Second down, if Marlboro takes the penalty, which I believe they will, it's going to bring up second down and 8 for Hudson. The option is 3rd and 3 or 2nd and 8. You definitely got to push them back in this situation if
I
you're
would think
Marlboro.
so.
There's other crucial games going on today. The one for the Middle League title and the trip to Super Bowl, Milford and Shrewsbury.
That's right.
Both of these teams, Marlboro and Hudson, played both teams to the wire this year. And there's a
Rush.
nice
Mike
play by
Landers
McMahon.
right there.
Nice play by
Attaboys
McMahon
right there.
to avoid the sack there.
Some good pressure by Neil Jericho and also by number 79 for Marlboro.
Hudson lost the yard on that play, Mary.
So while
So it was
McMahon
a-
did well to get the
It was a
pass
tremendous
off,
job just to get that pass off. Definitely, he would have been sacked there good. 10 to 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He just dumped that pass off. He wasn't looking for anything there. McMahon's back to pass on 3rd down. And there's an incompletion.
and I think you
Wisely.
have to credit the rush of Paul LaFave on that, Bill, as he came right through there and
The last
McMahon
two-
not able to get off that good a pass.
Call me, the last 2 plays, Marlboro came all out on a blitz. And it definitely caused some problems for Hudson. You sometimes get burnt by the blitz, but if it's going to turn the game around, Hudson had the ball just about the whole first half.
Well, pretty similar field position from the last Hudson punt. Let's see what happens here. And,
John Keel, and I don't think Femino is. He fumbled.
You know, Hudson right there on that punt, and I think Femino was trying to. Hudson pretty much would have let it run to the goal line, and Femino just trying to stop the ball right there and fall on it, and it squirted out from under him, and Hudson right there.
The crowd a little bit stunned and subdued on the Marlboro side.
They're pretty subdued. Marlboro takes a timeout. I believe the timeout was Marlboro's. Try and regroup, and again, the defense has to go back out on the field. 3:15 remaining here in the first half. Hudson on top 9-0. A chance to put 7 more up on the board.
They have the ball. It looks like the 7-yard line. Like you say, Peter Femino tried to avoid letting the ball roll to the goal line. And thought he was just going to pounce on the football. But that football does funny things sometimes, Mary.
It's almost like chasing a greased pig instead of a pig skin, Bill.
He's trying.
That time. Oh, of course he is. You know, I mean,
He's a senior, and he wants to do his part and everything. You
very
can't blame a guy
talented
for
athlete.
you can't blame him for lack of effort. That's for sure.
Oh no. You know, those
And
things happen.
It's still early in the game, and I'm sure Pete Femino will be heard from before this football game is over.
Well, let's see if the Marlboro defense can come up with 4 big plays here.
First down from the 8-yard line. Give to John Keel. Stacked up.
That looked like a similar play that Keel scored the touchdown on in the first quarter. Tried to run over the right side of that Marlboro defensive line.
Just wasn't there that time. The defense can buckle down here, Mary. You get the offense to football, it's going to be a huge lift.
Well, we've said all season with the games that we've done, Bill, that this Marlboro defense is a great defense. And, you know, they've had some tough breaks, but a good defense.
Give the Russo. Stays on his feet, gets inside the 5. Done around the 4.
Good pursuit by the Marlboro defense.
Hudson had 3 backs in front on that play to give Russo a little bit more blocking. But it was well read by the defense. And it's going to bring up 3rd down for the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal. Fans yelling for the defense here. Russo down close to the goal line. It's going to be a 4th down here, Mary.
We've got officials' time, I believe.
2-minute
Going
warning.
to give the 2-minute warning, as we've, according to the scoreboard clock, 1:45 remaining here in the first half.
4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
That's a
I
big
like
one.
to see the fans get up and give this defense a good little bit extra here. They have really played excellent in the first half. It's just unfortunate that they're down 9-0. They have the safety on the offense, and they fumble there on the kickoff. What can you do? There's nothing you can do as a defensive team on that. Russo is stuffed short of the goal line. And he's stuffed short of the goal line.
What a tremendous goal line stand by this Marlboro defense, who really played their hearts out here in the first half. What a great lift this should give to the Marlboro team, and maybe Marlboro decides to put the ball up in the air or get some big gains from their backs, can put some points on the board here before the end of the first half.
Psychologically a big play too. I'm sure a lot of those players are looking up at the scoreboard saying 15-0, 16-0, we might not be able to come back in this game. At 9-0, we can come back and win this football game. Marvin's got to get it out of there though. First down for the 1-yard line. Bucking wisely, puts his head down and gets what he can get on the keeper.
Well, that was a good
Hudson's
call.
going to call a timeout here. Yep.
Timeout by Hudson.
Hudson, obviously. Number 32, Pete Acabasio. Number 32, Pete Acabasio. The way he looks, it might not be a good idea for him to go in the football game because he is really hobbling out there.
And again, Hudson with the timeout. And it looks like Marlboro will be playing it safe. They don't want to risk anything down here with this at this early stage of the game, actually. And they're going to
They're down at 4, yeah?
just try and
Nice
bull
job
their
by Mark
way out.
Bucking just to put his head down and go for what he can get.
I don't know, Bill, what would you have done? You do the same thing? Same calls, get the ball out from under the
Oh, definitely,
goalpost?
definitely. Just run.
You look for the same call this time?
You want a safe play down there. You don't want no. As you saw, that they had a bad handoff from quarterback to halfback, and it cost them. It cost them a safety. They don't want anything of that caliber down here close to the goal line again. They just want to get the ball out, and if need be, punt the ball away. At least they'll be out of their end zone, the face of their end zone. And they have a strong wind, is it?
Yeah, they do have the wind
They have
at
a strong
their
wind
back
at their back.
They're really picking up here.
1:16 to go here in the first half unofficially. And they give the Robbie Lambert. Across the 8, around the 9-yard line. Be 4th down, and Vic Rimkus, by utilizing his timeouts, has another chance to have the football.
And you can look for a big rush on this play, Bill, as Hudson might look to block that punt.
Pete Acabasio, I think, was in on that, in on the offensive on that series. He's come trotting off the field.
So we'll see what Hudson can do once they get the ball back. And a tremendous crowd here today.
Vic Remkus looking to even up his career series against Marlboro today, excuse me. Marlboro trying not to let that happen. Pete Long punting from his own end zone. Depending on what kind of a rush we have here. And he gets off a beauty. McMahon handles it around the 45, a tremendous punt. Nice return from Chris McMahon.
It was a nice return. He just kind of stood there and watched what happened with the defensive players coming down, and picked up some blockers, and off he went.
Got a little bit of speed out there, huh, Mary?
Sure does, some nice moves.
He flew out there. Hudson has a first down.
Did you notice that, how casual he was as he fielded the ball and waited to see what developed? A nice play by Chris
over
McMahon.
his head, too.
That was a great punt by Pete Long. A super one.
Hudson has tremendous field position at the 25-yard line of Marlboro. 52 seconds to go here in the first half.
Oh, Marlboro's got to hold him. 52 more seconds. That'll be an emotional boost.
McMahon's back to pass.
Second half, rather.
It's picked off! Intercepted! Peter Long! He's got some running room! What a beautiful interception and a return by Peter Long! Was that beautiful?
Didn't he? You read that
6'2", 160-pound sophomore. A backup quarterback for Marlboro. Multi-talented athlete, and made a tremendous read on that play. Step in front, and then get all he can get on the offense. If I was Marlboro now, I would definitely not sit on the football, Mary.
Well, you know,
you have a chance to
put it up and see what happens. We've got a
and
flag.
there's a flag down.
Now, this is too bad. You see athletic director Jeff Long out there from Marlboro trying to keep the Marlboro team off the field. And that was, I don't know what happened at the bottom of the pile because you really can't tell, but we saw a Hudson player give one of the Marlboro players
a kick right in the back.
And
kicked him right in the back. And Chris King, not wanting to take that kind of a thing, got up swinging. I mean, that's only natural to do that.
No, and like we said, you can't see what happens in the bottom of the pile, but we did see that kick.
That was a blatant kick, a la the World Wrestling Federation. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff would have loved to have been the proprietor of that, but offside penalty. That's going to be a 15-yarder, unsportsmanlike. That's a big one. Now you definitely have to put the ball in the air and make something happen on the offense for Marlboro.
Well,
A big break.
it sure is, and let's see if Marlboro can put this break to use. We've got 29 seconds up on the scoreboard clock, and I don't think running the ball is going to do it, Bill. I think
They got the strong wind at their back. They got a good quarterback with a good arm, good receiver, and Mike Wing and Sean O'Sullivan, the sophomore. You got to put the ball in the air here. Down 9-0. You got to remember they're kicking off to Hudson to begin the second half. They got to make something happen to get some excitement into their football team. That might just be it. Well, I'm glad the referee didn't throw anybody out of this game because, well, Chris King had kicked in the back. He got up swinging, and usually anything like that, it's cause for an automatic ejection. But he probably put himself in Chris King's position there, you know. That could have did some serious damage to Chris King in the back area, and that's not called for in game. Buckins back to pass, fires it out, it's got Wing. Oh, in and out of his hands, down around the 30-yard line. 6 seconds to go. Well, that took a lot of time. There was 29 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah. You know what I think happened was I think after the penalties, I think they restarted the clock because there was no timeouts, and I think the clock was running as they were back in the huddle. That's why so much time went off on that play.
2nd and 10, 6 seconds to go in the first half. Hudson with a 9-0 lead, and Buckin's gonna put it up. Uh-oh. I believe that's gonna be the end of the first half. The pass intended for Mike Wing was picked off by number 7, E.J. Pagliuca, excuse me. And Mike Wing came back.
And as we mentioned,
I believe the clock must be kept on the field.
And the band is on the field now, trying to help out the Marlboro team, I guess.
Oh no, this was like the Stanford game of a few years ago.
Wasn't it California and Stanford?
California and Stanford, the band on the field.
Laterals in the game, and the last play of the game, and
oh, that was
great.
That was incredible.
That's one of my favorite all-time plays, I think.
That was definitely my favorite all-time play.
Well, the Marlboro secondary with 2 seconds left on the clock, I guess that's what the official says.
Chris McMahon has an excellent arm. Chris McMahon has an excellent arm for Hudson, and he should be able to give this at least one good peg.
Some good pressure by the Marlboro defense, and that pass fell short.
Believe that's going to be it. That's the end of the first half, Mary, of a 9-0 football game. Hudson on top. What a spirited effort from the Marlboro team to just stay in this football game.
No doubt about it, and really you have to give a lot of credit to that Marlboro defense doing a great job against this very potent Hudson offense. So we'll be back with second half action here in the 75th annual Thanksgiving Day football game. And we're back here to start the second half at Kelleher Field in Marlboro. My name is Mary Kelleher and Bill Coggins. We saw a first half with not a whole lot of Marlboro offense, some good Hudson offense, but some really great Marlboro defense.
A tremendous job by the Marlboro defense. So many adverse situations in that first half. Could have packed it up plenty of times, could have packed it in. Hung tough, and they're only down 9-0.
I think as we were talking a couple minutes ago, Marlboro could be down by a whole lot more than 9-zip.
Oh, their defense came. Third down from the goal line, third down from the 1-yard line, 2 cracks from Hudson, couldn't get it in. The safety, the return from McMahon, there's so many things that could have gone against Marlboro. They could have very easily been down 24-0 in this football game. And it's a credit to their defense and to the kids for not quitting. And they're right in this football game.
Sure are. Marlboro We'll be kicking off to Hudson here to start the second half.
The wind at Marlboro's back. It'd be key for Marlboro here would be to play good, solid defense, pin Hudson deep in their own territory, get the ball back, and do something with the wind at their back. It's pretty tough going into the fourth quarter with the wind in your face, having to throw the football. Now is the time to do it for Marlboro.
No doubt about it. And we saw in the closing minutes of the first half, in fact, closing seconds pretty much, Mark Bucker with some good passes. One, however, picked off, Mike Wing going the wrong way, and one picked off by Hudson. But still, he's got a great arm, and I think
he was throwing a nice tight spiral. He was really firing the ball out to his receivers, and you know, the interception. You know, everybody in the building knew that he was going to throw the ball at that time, and I mean, it's so hard to as a kickoff. We'll get back to that in a minute. Number 49 for Hudson. What a great return.
oh,
Alan Green.
not bad field position here. So it'll be Hudson ball, 1st and 10. On their own 36-yard line. Chris McMahon at quarterback for the Hawks. That handoff to Russo, and Marlboro defense with a great job. Femino.
It was
Some
Peter
help from
Femino.
Neil DeRico and Rob Lambert again. Great job by that Marlboro defense, stringing out Russo. And
Peter Femino in on a couple of unfortunate situations earlier in the ball game. Came forward that time. Second and 11. Second 11 from Hudson at their own 36-yard line. McMahon fakes the give. Now he rolls out the pass. Third and 2 for Hudson. Ball spotted at the 45. Their own 45.
well, with this lead, I think we can look for Hudson to really work to control the ball and the clock, Bill.
Big play for Marlboro in defense. Force Hudson to punt the ball right now. And a fumble! And a great job by McMahon just to get that football.
And right there on the play, Joey Freitas for Marlboro. Bubba Freitas is
Bubba Freitas,
called.
an excellent basketball player too, at 6'3", 195 pounds. Marlboro has a lot to look forward to in the fall season. I mean, excuse me, the winter season. They have some tremendous teams coming back. The hockey team and a basketball team.
Heel back to punt.
Whoa, almost sailed over his head. Looked like another mistake from Marlboro, but it was pounced on this time, and they have tremendous field position.
Well, let's see if this Marlboro offense can get on track here.
I'm expecting no less than a state championship from the guys' basketball team this year.
Nothing like having high expectations there, Bill.
All right, first down for Marlboro, 48-yard line. Here's the give the Femino. He's got a lot of running room.
And he's up close to the first down marker. I believe he'll be about a yard short. Nice hole on that left side of that Marlboro offensive line. Femino with a gain of about 9 yards in the play.
Peter Femino, first on the defense, now on the offense, starting to show that those mistakes were flukes early in the football game. Femino down close to the first down. And I believe he picked it up.
I believe you're right.
The fans explode over here on the Marlboro side with the announcement of the first down. My PA announcer, Bruce Kurth. Pete Acabasio coming out of the ball game. First down at the 41-yard line of Hudson. Peter Femino. Down close to the 35. Bring up a second down and about 5. Are we going to see vintage Pete Femino here in the second half?
Well,
If that's so, Marlboro stands to have a pretty good chance of winning this football game.
he lost his shoe on that play. He's on the sideline right now. Marlboro working the right side of that Hudson defensive line.
Mr. Kiv? That looked like number 72. That couldn't be. 22. Matt Jones. I didn't think that was number 72. That looked like him. I saw the 2. So we have third down and short. 2 yards from Marlboro.
Big play for Marlboro here.
Really big play from Marlboro here.
Cheerleaders now down below as you can trying to stir the fans up a little bit on the Marlboro side. Give this to Jones, and I believe he was stacked up short of the first down.
Go for it situation here for Marlboro.
4th and about a yard. Femino back into the ball game. He's got his shoe back on.
Fourth and about 1 for Marlboro. Big call here. Big play.
5:52 remaining, third quarter. And as you said, Bill, tough to play catch-up in the fourth quarter with the wind blowing in your face.
Yeah, right up the middle to the bread and butter man, Robbie Lambert.
Good call by the Marlboro coaches on that play.
Definitely had to go with Robbie Lambert on that call, Mary. Move from end to fullback this year. It's a good place for Robbie. He's got to be involved in the offense. Got to have his hands on the football. First down for Marlboro, inside the 30. I believe this is their deepest penetration of the game. Peter Femino gets outside, and he's wrestled out of bounds.
That was Chris McMahon over there on the stop for the Hawks.
A fine two-way player, Chris McMahon.
He's done a super job thus far for Hudson. And I think if we're going to vote on an MVP right now with Hudson in the lead the way they are, he'd
Chris
have to be
McMahon would be right in the running.
strongly considered for the honor.
Mike Russo, another one. In their receiving core, coming up with some big catches. But this game's far from over. Marlboro looks like they're ready to make a run here. Buckins back to pass, fires it out, just overthrew intended receiver Mike Wing. Buckin, the quarterback, might have been better off looping a pass of some sort that time. Although there was 2 Hudson defenders there in the interception earlier in the game.
That'll bring up a 3rd and about 12.
And Mike Wing comes out of the ball game, number 88. Fine player who will be back. He's only a junior.
Now we've got,
Send a kicker out there for a 50-yard field goal attempt.
think so?
Sure.
Well, they
Wind
bet
is
the wind,
back.
huh?
Yeah.
Although now the flag is gone off the pole, so it's going to be hard to judge the wind direction, but it has been blowing, as we look at the field, from left to right.
4th and 10. 4th and 10 for Marlboro. The 30-yard line of Hudson. Buckins back to pass. He's got, oh, in and out of Wing's hands and incomplete.
That was a fine pass. Right to the hands of Mike Wing.
Beautiful pass.
Good defense on that play by E.J. Pagliuca, who came up with that interception late in the first half.
That ball was kind of peppered. It's a little bit chilled on the hands down there on the field. Had a lot to do with the fact that Wing couldn't come up with that football.
It is pretty chilly out with the wind.
First down for the 30-yard line for Hudson. 4:10 to go in the third quarter. John Kill.
And right on the in on that play, Robbie Lambert.
He's got to be in the running for one of the awards also if Marlboro would have won this football game, the Kiwanis Club Lineman Award or the MVP award. This is the best defense I've seen Robbie play this year, Mary.
Well, he's certainly risen to the
And
occasion.
he has had an excellent year on the defense. Marlboro coming all out here. McMahon fires it out. Unfortunately, Robbie Lambert slipped on the play, or he would have stepped in front and went off to the races.
And
Nothing on
for
his
Marlboro,
side
Mike
of the
Russo
field.
Slipped and fell for the Hawks.
Yeah, that's true.
Both players are laid on the ground, helpless to do anything about that pass play.
Robbie Lambert had nothing but green in front of him there. It's unfortunate for him. He would have loved to have stepped in front of that pass. Third down and 8 for Hudson. Marlboro looked like they were going all out on the blitz there.
Yeah, the defense putting some pressure on McMahon.
To give the Russos tripped up.
That was Brian Crissa in on the play for Marlboro that time.
Gonna bring up a 4th down in a punting situation. John Keel, a fine punter from Hudson, had problems with that last attempt. Ball almost sailed over his head from center. And then when he did get the punt off, he only traveled 15, 20 yards. So this could be Peter Femino, the lone deep man for Marlboro. And he kicks that one off the side of his foot.
Get away from it.
The Marlboro coaches don't want their players down in the ball. If the ball hits off, even bumps off one of the Marlboro players on a bad hop or something, it's a free ball. And
Absolutely.
Hudson, of course, can recover.
And that would take away fantastic field position for Marlboro at the 50-yard line.
So let's see what Marlboro can do again, as they have got, as you mentioned, really fine field position, midfield. 2:49 remaining here, third quarter. Hudson on top, 9-0.
To give to Brad Askins. Askins got some running room. He fumbles. And the ball should be out of bounds. A break for Marlboro.
Big break.
The man, number 54, David O'Connor, pounced on a football. But it was what, Mary? Ruled out of bounds.
That's right.
He didn't have possession. When he got the ball, he did cover the football, but he didn't have possession when he rolled out of bounds, and that is a good call from the official. That's a first down for Marlboro, and the flags haven't moved yet.
No, they're moving the markers here. So a fine run by Askins.
Brad Askins, who hasn't seen too much action today, excuse me.
Still, the sun's out.
I know. There he is again.
And Askins again almost had that ball stripped away by one of the Hudson defenders. Number 88 for Hudson. Almost had a piece of that ball, Jan Matisco.
Askins, number 44, 5'7", 170-pound senior.
He tucked that away, but there was a loss on the play of 2 yards.
Hudson's losing in the 20s, senior-wise. Marlboro's only losing 8 players. Good year of varsity experience that they gained this year. They should come back Definitely should come back better next year. Third down and 7, along 6 for Marlboro.
The Panthers are going for it, trailing as the clock winds down, 1.5 minutes in the third quarter.
Robbie Lambert on the carry.
Oh, excuse me, I thought it was fourth down. Now
No.
it's fourth down.
Now it's fourth down and another go for it situation here for Marlboro. If you got any guts, you go with play action here.
And there's the call from Bill Coggins.
4th and 1.
And now I can say they're going to go for it.
Yep.
As
The
they
punter isn't in the game, and this is definitely another good call. Got to go for it on 4th down. Keep possession of the ball. There's Robbie Lambert. Barrels forward for the first down. He looked like he was going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage and just put his head down and ran for all he's worth.
So that'll first down now, Marlboro.
Closing in on the 30-second mark here in the third quarter. Another quick moving quarter here. Does it give to Pete Femino? Second down and 6 for Marlboro at the 25-yard line. That may be the last play in the third quarter, and that is the last play in the third quarter. Good quarter for Marlboro.
It was. They've held Hudson scoreless, and now they're on a drive of their own. So with the score, Hudson 9, Marlboro nothing. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Well, we're back, set to go.
Fourth quarter action. Peter Femino gets him down close to the 20. Gonna bring up a third down for Marlboro in about 3. This Robbie Lambert category here.
Looks like it to me.
3rd and 2. Play action pass. Down close to a first down. They're gonna call for a measurement. I personally would like to wish everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving.
As would I, Bill.
And a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah and all the other things that go along with this season. Fine showing here today. There's definitely Robbie Lambert did pick up the first down, and I didn't win the 50-50 raffle.
I didn't either, Bill. I was going to take off the turkey dinner.
Here's Lambert again. Oh! Oh. Dennis Hunt comes up with a victory here in the 50-50 raffle. Walks away with a couple $100.
And that, of course, to benefit second down.
Incredible. I guess that's the second time this year that's happened. Dennis Hunt's won the 50-50 raffle. Peter Femino. There's a flag down. It looks like it possibly a hold on Marlboro.
And that announcement was meant by a chorus of boos. Hear them? And you're right, Bill, that was a hold against Marlboro. That'll push the Panthers back.
Big penalty against Marlboro here. Driving down the field, 3-4 yards at a time.
We're making about 2nd down and 16.
Still inside the 25, down at the 23-yard line. Strong wind at their face. Got to get a little closer for a field goal attempt.
Well, I would
Only
think,
down 9-0.
I would think you wouldn't even go for the field goal at this point. There's a pass.
Throws it out. Oh!
And there's no flag. And Sean Keel back defensively.
Number 80, Sean O'Sullivan from Marlboro. He's a 6-foot sophomore, 155 pounds.
Also back for Hudson defensively on that play, Tom Moore.
Now it's coming up at 3rd and 15.
And the wind really whipping around here.
Really is a factor. It's going to have a lot to do with the decision too on the Marlboro coaching staff as far as a field goal attempt. I don't believe they're quite in the range yet, but ooh.
Again, Tom Moore there for the Hawks breaks up that quick pass over the middle to Mike Wing.
Hudson's hitting the receivers just as they're ready to make contact with the football.
And
Marlboro calls it first time out.
They want to talk to someone. Well, just let one go into the end zone.
Yeah, 9:02 to go in the football game. 4th down, 15. He's got to get 15 yards anyway.
Well,
Why not give it a go? Why not give it a shot?
Right down, Coach, right down there. I might think, you know what I think would be fun to run at this point in the game? The halfback option pass.
Slide Peter Long out there, number 20, as their backup quarterback. Have him run a little swing like Peter Femino did earlier in the football game. They got him fired downfield. That's not how the Patriots game worked to perfection.
The Patriots, they need all the help they can get with those injuries.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think that'd be a fun play to run right about now.
Yeah,
Mix things up a little bit. Because Hudson's defensive secondary is doing a fine job in these Marlboro receivers.
Marlboro put together a fine drive here. It'd be unfortunate for them to come up empty-handed. They've been moving the football the whole second half. They just haven't been able to finish anything off.
And Buckin's got O'Sullivan out to the left and Wing out to the right.
And he's straight back to pass.
I believe that was tipped, that pass knocked down by Sean Keel of the Hawks, and Hudson will take over.
8 minutes and 55 seconds to go in a football game. Plenty of time. They come up with 9 points.
Let's stop Hudson right here, though.
Yeah, unfortunate part. We're talking about earlier in the football game how Marlboro's offense would be well rested. Well, that's not really true. They have a lot of players that go both ways, both on the line and the Robbie Lamberts and the Pete Feminos, and that's got to take a lot. They've been playing the whole game basically. Definitely takes a lot out of them. John Kill. Nice bit of running by John Keel.
Might look for Hudson to keep the ball on the ground here. Run some time off the clock as we approach the 8.5-minute mark remaining here in the ball game.
Second down and 2 for Hudson. Mike Russo.
Nice defensive play.
Stop.
Femino over there on the stop.
The number fell off the flag down there. I think it's 3rd down. The yardstick. Third and 1. yes, this is definitely a big play for Marlboro. Straight ahead.
Pretty close. First down.
I guess they could call this, not to say that this ball game's over, but a season that just wasn't meant to be for Marlboro. They've been in every single ball game, start to finish. It'd be a shame to see them not come up with one Duke for their work and their hard effort this season. But they might add there is time to come back and get that Duke. Leominster High School struggled through some very bad years, and Leominster and Marlboro were always the two teams that you first mentioned as far as Super Bowl and their league championships are concerned. Leominster struggled through many seasons similar to the ones that Marlboro's, not many, a couple of seasons like the ones Marlboro's had. This year they've sort of like Hudson. They've been in every ball game, but yet they're still only 4-4-1. They're like 3 points away from a 8-1 season and a chance to go to the Super Bowl. So with everybody Marlboro's got coming back, you know, the chances for the outlook for the future is definitely bright. The freshman team was 5-3, and you know, they got to get into the weight room. These guys got to get into the weight room. Third down, McMahon back to pass. Fires it out. Nice play by Mike Landers and then Mark Sari to bat the Hudson receiver before he could come up with a football.
And intended receiver on that play for Hudson, Tom Moore. Mike Landers has made some really tremendous defensive plays in that Marlboro secondary this game. So Keel back to punt. The Marlboro defense has held, and that will give the Marlboro offense
Almost
the
6
ball.
minutes to go here.
Right.
There's still time. And Kale bangs another bad punt, takes a good Hudson roll. Femino picks it up this time. Everybody on the Marlboro side holding their breath on that one. Getting back to what I was saying earlier, they have some really big guys up front coming back. Mike Wing, both quarterbacks. Danny Kelleher is going to be heard from next year. They got a really good, I think they have a really good outlook for next year. They're definitely going to just get in the weight room and believe in themselves, and they're going to come out a fine football team next year.
Well, I think
They were a fine football team this year. It's just unfortunate some of the breaks that they've gotten. Flies it out. The receivers having a hard time holding on to the football for Marlboro.
They sure are. Oh, I think it's probably pretty slick out there. In the fourth quarter now, their hands are dirty. You know,
Freezing.
they're cold.
Cold from the water. I just hope they wash up before they eat turkey dinner today.
I'm sure
they will, yeah. Second down and 10.
Seminole is really stacked up right there. Marlboro team looking just a little bit frustrated. If you can notice their just the way they're carrying themselves up there. Some real looks of dejection, and you know you can see
I just hope they
kicking
stay.
the turf, and
I just hope these kids stay with it. The underclassmen stay with it and stick to it, because they're going to have some good results in the future.
you know there's still a lot of time left in this ball game.
Oh, I'm not counting them out.
No,
No,
I know.
believe me,
and
I'm not
neither
counting
am
them out.
I, but I'm starting to see just a little bit of dejection out there.
Yeah, you are. Wing fires it out. Get Oh, Peter Femino broke away from the Hudson defender, and it was slightly overthrown.
Nice move back there by Mark Buchan to get free of the chasing that brings up a punting situation.
I'm going to make a prediction here.
Okay, let's hear
We're
it.
going to see a fake
Great
punt here.
prognosticator.
Peter Long firing it out to Pete Femino out there. Pete Femino's got to come back and make himself known before this game is over. Don't look like Pete's out there. So maybe I'll have to change my tune here a little bit.
They've got kind of a ways to go for a first down.
And they're gonna boot it out. They're gonna boot it away.
It's a good punt considering it was against the wind.
4:32 to go in this. 4:30 to go in this football game. Hudson up 9-0. This could be the third win in a row for Hudson over Marlboro.
I believe since 1984.
Inside reverse, Jamie Biggs. Stop for a loss in the play. 2nd down and 13. Hudson's content on just sitting on the football, running out the clock. Both teams have given their respective towns their money's worth today.
Actually, I'm not really sure how many years
Mike Russo.
Marlboro's calling timeout. I'm not really sure the last time that Marlboro won the state. We know it wasn't last year, and we know it wasn't the year. Was it the year before that? I don't believe so. Marlboro without a win, period, since 1984. As they've been winless in 1985 and winless thus far this season. Big hand for Dr. Cannon as Bruce Kurth, the PA announcer, just announced a thanks to Dr. Cannon for all his years of service.
We gotta give the crowd a big pat in the back for coming out today and supporting the team. Both sides. There's no Super Bowl or Middle League title at stake. But that's not what this is all about anyway. This is a great rivalry between two great schools, great classy schools, and
I can remember when I was young, Bill, of course we'd have a big family gathering for Thanksgiving Day game, and always the score would be posted on a cardboard, hanging from a light in the kitchen. The score of this Thanksgiving Day game. It's been a part of Thanksgiving tradition for people in this area. Well, since the turn of the century, 1906, these teams have been meeting in 75 years.
And we have all kinds of flags on the field here. McMahon. Yeah, I personally used to get in a ton of arguments with my great uncle. He passed away a few years back. Even in a hospital bed later in his life, he was consistent that Hudson, Hudson this, Hudson that. And it's been fun, It was great to of course, Marlboro, when we were going through school in the early 80s and 70s, had a better part of Hudson.
They sure
But then
did,
Hudson.
This has not been the case in the past years, as Marlboro will decline this penalty, and that'll bring up a 4th down situation. And
John Keel.
we look for a punt here. Pete Femino back.
High snap, but he picks it up. He gets a decent one off this time.
Oh! Geez, he oughta. He might let that go. This has been something that the Marlboro coaches all game long have been telling their players: get away from the ball, get away from the ball. And as you can see, Femino had no intention of fielding that punt, but it popped up and hit him.
He did try to get away from that one. Very, very unfortunate.
point remaining on the scoreboard clock.
First down from the 8-yard line. Sure, Hudson wants to put another score on the board and make this look pretty. Stacked up. Second and goal for Hudson.
The clock winding down. So these punts has been one of the keys in this game. Hudson punts.
It always seems to be in a Hudson Marlboro football game for some reason. Kickoffs, punts, special teams. That usually has a lot to do with the outcome of the traditional game here. We have a holding, I believe, on Hudson. But we'll have to wait for the officials' call.
That appears to be, that is the indication by the official. That'll push the Hawks back a little bit.
The Kiwanis Club has their work out for them. Today themselves a lineman award. And
I think it's a great thing to pick a lineman.
it sure is, because they go unnoticed most of the year. And I'm sure the Mike Russo's, the John Keels, the Peter Femino's, the Robbie Lamb would have plenty to say about their offensive linemen. Marlboro accepted the penalty and put it in second down. McMahon's back to pass.
And that's incomplete. Nice defensive play again. Mike Landers of the Panthers.
Under 2 minutes to go in the game, unofficially on the scoreboard clock.
And we have just received word that the MVP for today's game is Mr. Chris McMahon, quarterback of the Hudson Hawks. As selected by members of the media down below us, the press on the sideline, and I think that was a fine choice. So, Chris McMahon.
Chris McMahon, congratulations to Chris McMahon.
And we've also just received word that the Kiwanis lineman of the game will be number 63 for Hudson, Bill Bishop. So, congratulations to both of those players on fine efforts.
No trophies are going to be given to the young man, but the guy played his heart out today. Robbie Lambert, number 37 for Marlboro, just played fantastic.
There's a collision out there in the backfield with Keel and McMahon, and that'll bring up a fourth down. I believe it will be fourth down. It's hard sometimes to... Marlboro takes a timeout, and it is fourth down. So a fine choice.
Billy Bishop, fine choice, lineman of the game by the Kiwanis Club, number 63.
And the
but
MVP.
It's really unfortunate that somebody could play as well as Robbie Lambert did today and come up with the short end of the stick.
Well,
I think this is the best game I've seen him in this year all around. This is definitely the best game I've seen.
He's done a super job.
Take nothing away from Billy Bishop and Chris McMahon. They both had outstanding games and they deserve the awards. But
you don't often see MVPs and awards such as that, though, going to players on the losing team.
No, it's unfortunate because they played just as well. It's just a team with a 9 and a team with a 0. That's the difference,
So Marlboro defense, Hudson had a first and goal, and Marlboro defense, with the help of that holding penalty against Hudson, has the ball pushed back now, back to the Marlboro 25-yard line.
For what it's worth, I would have given Robbie both the awards.
Well, I think Adam Moores, of course, of Marlboro.
Adam Moores is in there.
Could have been on the winning end. Perhaps Adam Moores would have been up for consideration.
McMahon, back to pass. Game. The MVP fires it out. Scooped it up.
No good. I believe it was a little trap down there by Keel, and that'll be Marlboro ball. So, what can Marlboro do with a minute 36? Let's see. Stranger things have happened, Bill Coggins.
Make the Kiwanis Club and the Sporting Goods for awarding the MVP award changed their mind. That's what they could do now. Come back with a nice, come from behind, a minute and 36 second to go victory here. No, I can't take anything away from them. They played fantastic. Billy Bishop, all game long, both sides of the ball. Chris McMahon.
Chris McMahon responsible for opening up that Hudson attack.
Just tremendous early in the game, opening it up with a passing game. Now Buchan's going to fire it out. It's got Mike Wing. Tried the one-hand. It might have been better off running underneath that pass.
Now Mike Wing, the only Marlboro receiver out there. Did you notice that? With all the Hudson defensive backs, Mike Wing was the only receiver. Probably pretty easy for those defensive backs to key in on him. Marlboro will use 3 more downs. Minute 28 remaining in the game.
Don't have any scores from the other surrounding ball games.
And that ball caught by Mike Wing.
We have a flag down. Hudson slowly working there. Seconds into the game.
That penalty against Marlboro will push the Panthers back. So that fine completion goes for naught as Marlboro.
Yep.
Will be pushed back on the penalty.
You just gotta fire it up. It's another thing I want to get. I don't want to sound like a coach here or anything like that, but
you will anyways, Bill. Go ahead.
Mark Buchan has the tools to be an excellent quarterback. He has to throw the ball downfield a little bit more, though. Hopefully he can work on that in the offseason.
So the holding penalty puts Marlboro way back at...
Is this an obvious passing situation here?
That would be
Second
my
and
guess.
20. Only down 9-0. Robbie Lambert, screen pass, set up. Bobs and weaves his way up close to the 25-yard line. A couple of great organizations, the Kiwanis Club and the Sporting Goods, for presenting the, for giving these young stars out here their just due.
Well, it sure is a nice gesture and really very much
Recognizing
appreciated by these young athletes.
These players play for that too. They're all team players, but they play for a little bit of recognition.
Well,
the Kiwanis Club thing, I think, is the best thing that could happen to this game. You know, that's just something that everybody involved with both teams guns for.
Well, it was a hard decision for the Kiwanis Club to make this year. Well, we are, according to the scoreboard clock, 55 seconds away. End of the 1986 Thanksgiving Day game. For Marlboro to put that ball up now, obviously, and Hudson defense is set for it as they've got a defensive secondary dropped way back. And the fans starting to filter out of Kelleher Field now.
Buchan fires it out, and it is intercepted. Frustration setting in. A great game, though.
Oh, it's been a
Super game.
As far as defensively, you have to look at this Marlboro defense. You know, they played a tremendous job, and then the Hudson defense came up with the big plays when they had to. Marlboro on the drive, and Hudson defense really shutting down this Marlboro attack.
Hudson's getting a lot of their seconds into the ball game.
It's Alan Green, one of the seniors for the Hawks. And out of the game comes Robbie Lambert to a great hand, a very appreciative hand from this Marlboro crowd. And he's got
The look of dejection on his face just tells you that he wished the outcome would have been a little bit different. I'm sure the awards meant nothing to him. The ball game was what was most important. 2 seconds ago, 1 second. Congratulations go to the Hudson High Hawks for a hard-earned 9-0 victory over the Marlboro Panthers here at Kelleher Field in their annual Thanksgiving Day football game.
And as we see the players out there shaking hands, it was a very hard-fought game, and you know, this Marlboro team comes up empty again this season with no wins, but certainly it's not for lack of effort. They really did a great job effort-wise, and unfortunately just the short end of the stick.
These kids had heart. Every one of these Marlboro High Panthers had a lot of heart.
Because that's what it takes, Bill, when you have a season with a winless season. Come out and really play your heart out against these teams, you know.
And the 8 seniors, Peter Femino, Joey Freitas, Robbie Lambert. You know, these guys are going to be missed. Paula Fave. It's just too bad. Brian Chrisser, tremendous job in the trenches again today.
No doubt about it. And every bit of congratulations to this Hudson Hawk team. They really had they really did a super job today, and led by their quarterback, Chris McMahon. Really came out and opened up their offense and got on the board early with a touchdown on the first drive of the game, and came back right away with a safety. And that was the scoring. Marlboro defense shutting down the Hawks in the second half, but Marlboro just unable to get untracked offensively.
Chris McMahon and Billy Bishop collecting their trophies down at center, the 50-yard line area. Vic Rimpkins, congratulations go out to him on evening his career series against Marlboro. And it's really tough. You got to feel for every one of those Marlboro Panthers. 2 years in a row. This year was totally different from last year. They were in every single ball game. It's just an unfortunate thing, and hopefully these kids will stay with it, and they will bounce back.
Well, that just about wraps it up here, the 75th annual Thanksgiving Day game between Marlboro and Hudson. We'd like to thank our technical crew, led by Steve Chase and Chris McMahon out in the van, and
Chris McMahon?
Chris Donnellan, I'm sorry. Sorry, Chris. Led by, I was just watching the MVP out there in the middle of the field. Chris Donnellan, Steve Chase out on the track. That would have been something for him to quarterback his team, win the MVP, and still direct our telecast
still be
tonight.
Able to pull the telecast off. It was a tremendous job. A lot of work went into today's telecast.
And thanks to all the camera people and the audio people. And Bill Coggins, great working with you this season. It's been a real pleasure.
Definitely. And what can you say? It was just a tough way to end the tough season.
No, you just look forward to next year. That's it. This is Mary Kelleher reminding you that you've been watching a WMCT Channel 30 Sports presentation. Again, the final score, Hudson 9, Marlboro 0. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.